You see that name? Sherry Johnson. The people that are, or whatever is attached to my brain with technology, have been assholes and sending me a Sherry Johnson letter in the mail with different names and stuff because they're into psychologically tormenting and torturing human beings. That Johnson is connected to the asshole I met in Derby, New York. That's why they did it. Ever since I went up there, they, number one, have tried to get me to kill myself, to be homeless, down-talked me. They started to magnify themselves, and the fucking asshole that's from fucking New Jersey was a part of it. And if I ever fucking see him again, I'm gonna fucking beat the fucking hell out of him. Why don't you put that on the records and come and arrest me, officers? Because I just said I'm gonna kick a rock star's fucking ass if he ever steps in my fucking way again. I can't fucking believe that all the shit that I fucking went through, and then I find out, really, this is how fucked up humanity is? Well, they do it to people all the time. They funnel people's songs through fucking goddamn things. They try to fucking put pressure on people to try to scare them into fucking killing themselves. And you want me to respect a government. There's an Air Force over here. Let me tell you something, American people. They can't keep one person safe from mentally being tortured with technology. Chances are I wouldn't be fucking financially supporting them. You might not even want them on this fucking property because they might not even care about your life. Because you would think that if that happened, they want you to believe that anything posted on Facebook, anything posted on the social media pages, they're gonna get you. They have internet police. They have fucking goddamn military operational division undercover investigators. They're all gonna do a crackdown on you if you post something online and they don't like it. What happens if you post something and you're being mentally tortured and you claim you have a chip in your fucking head? Well, that doesn't matter much, you know. We don't know if that's real. Not at all. I'm sure there's a doctor or two from fucking goddamn 1972 that knows. What a shame he's dead by now, I'm sure. While I am working on my music project, I was in total disbelief that nothing worked out for me any other way. This great mighty God I'm praying down on my knees and all kinds of shit I'm doing to stay alive. Maybe something doesn't want me here. Do you get it? Seems satanic, doesn't it? And the very best that could happen for me is what happened for me. And I have to be completely honest, I was totally let down that the best, all of the conversations, even since I was born in 72, but years prior, as long as America has been standing, the very best that they can do is what was given to me from day one. And God, to my brain, has always let me know, even in their insurance plans, they're pathetic. Where's my dental plan at? Where's everybody's dental plan at? Where's their health insurance plan at? What the hell is wrong with we're here for life. Do you know that? Maybe nobody else wants to take care of themselves. I did. I don't let it bug me as much as it may seem, but I'm bringing it up. There are things that I wanted to do in this lifetime because I wanted to enjoy my life. And the first thing that a smartass would say is that's cosmetic. That's what the insurance companies say. And you know what God told me? Anything that is perceived as cosmetic to you starts with psychology, meaning you acknowledge it. So what are you talking about? Are you focusing on what you perceive as cosmetic or on the psychology of it, the discomfort and a fucking crooked tooth being in your mouth? I was hoping to live life, man. That's what I was hoping for. Most of the places that everybody gravitates and runs to, it's okay. I wanted to see other things. I wanted to go other places. And you start doing music, you don't want to just do things in a trashy way. You want to fucking do things in a glorious way. It's expensive, Tracy Lynn. I know. Where's God's people at? Why don't we have kingdomship stages somewhere in this world? I don't think people really read the Bible and they get the fucking message. Did anybody here ever say the Lord's Prayer? Your will be done? What do you think that is? Letting the world kick your fucking ass everywhere you go? Hold on, here comes another law officer. You're breaking the law. Hold on a minute, I thought in the name of Jesus Christ I am free. Well, not here you're not. Why not? The Lord's will's being done, isn't it? You see, that's a comedy show. Because that's where the Three Stooges come in. I really have a long list of reasons that I understand for the first time in my life if I never understood before. A human being was not meant to live in everybody else's idea of life and not their own. Especially if that person, son of a bitch, fucking read 3 different versions of the Bible 3.5 times. 1 version, 2 versions, 3 versions, another 1.5 a time. In other words, how many fucking days of your life do you gotta fucking read that thing before you how can I take care of myself? Well, God wants to take care of you. That's what God does. Who knows how? Why don't we fucking pray about it? Why don't we have fucking legal documents that say, this is how? Get what you need. Well, because that makes too much fucking goddamn sense. Let's just go your whole life in a fucking struggle wearing fucking goddamn shoes made from China. And by the way, what kind of government allows fucking shoes? If they're size 10, size 11, size 12, size 9, size 8, 8.5, why the fuck aren't they a truer size? Then, fuck it, what does it matter? Who cares? Well, they're cheap, aren't they? Yeah, they sure are. Where can I get myself some exquisite shoes, huh? Wow, these things are freaking spectacular. Look at the price tag on these things. Well, there it goes. I can't buy them. Did you ever see one of the stores? If you can't afford it, you can't shop here. You know what I feel like doing? I feel like taking the word of God and laying it down on their fucking counter so they can fucking shit themselves when they fucking read what Jesus says. For all the people complaining, oh my God, look what they're doing to the retail stores around us. Well, look what the fuck you did to them first. Can I ask you something? This question is for anybody who is financially well-to-do. Meaning, I'm doing pretty good. I have money in the bank, have money invested, I have real estate, right? Because in the world, that's a big deal, right? Considering God fucking owns everything. Let's open up the Word of God and see whose house it is. This material that you used to build this fucking house. All this furniture in here. Let's start with the fucking vehicles. Where the fuck did they come from? Let's follow the trails back and see where they came from. They come from a fucking ship in China. China owns everything, not God. Oh, that's right. We live in a world where China owns everything. Does anybody have a phone number for China? Maybe we could work something out here. We could ask the higher rank of China, who's into the fucking retail fucking prostitution ring and enslavement and all the other abusive things that are happening to all of creation around here. Who owns all of creation? What the hell psychopaths want to fucking goddamn tend to the whole world in selling their fucking junk? Because most of it is junk. Is that what China wants to go down in history being known as? We are the junk makers of the fucking planet? Because let me tell you something. It may just be music to you. To you it might be. But I wanted it to be magnificent. Do you know why? Because I knew I was coming before God when I did it. That's what I used to tell people. I want to do something great for fucking God. And then you're fucking telling me, well, it is great. You know what LCBC did? They manipulated my fucking brain by showing me something on a fucking goddamn movie screen that had somebody fucking working at a stupid fucking goddamn amusement park for a minimal salary, and he lived his life at some point there until he fucking died serving people with the ride. And they commend that. Well, that is great. And that's how they are with fucking, when you write songs, you acoustic player, why don't you go down there and fucking sell fucking beer? Play for free. Yeah, do it all for God. You just go down there, you do it for free. Tell them it's God sent you there. See, all of a sudden they start replaying everything you already learned a long time ago and you got fucking paid to do it. Because God left me no Joel Osteen, David Ashcraft, Matt Goss. If you're doing it for fucking goddamn God in a world that has fucking price tags on everything, you're either gonna fucking sue the shit out of your fellow humanity, because I'm not gonna sue a squirrel, I'm not gonna sue a fucking bunny rabbit. You're gonna go after everybody in the world that is keeping you from fucking life. What do you do when you're hungry? You go get a job? You know what I feel like doing? I wanna fucking ask Donald Trump if his idea of fucking goddamn making America great is coming into his idea of fucking life. And where the fuck he gets his fucking psychopathic idea of life at. Companies all over the fucking planet, they have their policies. That would be much like an idea in your fucking head. But this policy is always changing, just like the government rules, laws, and regulations of what you can do in this fucking country right here. Well, today this law's in effect. Tomorrow we're taking it out and replacing it with a new one. And who's getting these updates? Well, we can't really do that. Well, we should just know it? Well, it's your civil duty to check in with your government. Why don't I send you a letter and tell you to put a fucking goddamn mask on your face? America, period, is the Jerry Springer fucking show of the fucking planet, in my opinion, with China included. I went through more phones living here since 2014 than I did my whole life. Do you know why? Because oopsie, it's done. Why don't I call Apple iPhone? Let's see. Wow, $1,000. Holy fuck, that's easy for me to fucking get. Will you tell the cops to leave me alone so I can take it in the fucking ass for a fucking day? I'll give you the money right there, Apple. Would you like that? Would you be proud of that? I don't like when we realize, when we start crunching numbers, it's too fucking expensive to be an American. Okay? Hey, rich people of fucking goddamn America, if we're so one, then why the hell aren't we one with the bank account? Why don't we just have one bank account? Does that make sense? Why don't we just have one fucking bank account and then away we go? We can start fucking choosing the life inside of our brain. Because the first order of business is, if you're not going to be able to do that, is miserable immediately. Meanwhile, the same fucking people I heard on the radio when I was a fucking teenager, I still hear when I'm walking through Walmart, and the only thing I can think of is I'd like to fucking find their radio and yank it the fuck out and throw it into the parking lot. Because it's torture! Wow, freaking years. I just wanted to live my life in peace and have fun. I was hoping, in the earlier days, I was hoping to share life with someone special. That was my problem through my whole life into my 20s. I was hoping to meet somebody special so I could get started on life. Do you know that? Meanwhile, I just kept a basic job. I didn't really care much. I'm the one who was driving the farm tractor on Interstate 78. I forget the years that it was, but I used to cut the highway grass there, and I just propped my fucking legs up on the fucking farm tractor hood, and away I'd go. I'd work on my tan. I would go to the gym in the morning, or I'd wait until afterwards. In a way, that's all I did. I made enough money so I could take care of myself and whatever obligations I swore to. Meanwhile, here's the thing. If I ever meet somebody someday, somebody special, then we can get started on life. And guess what? That somebody never comes. You meet people, and being born and raised Pennsylvania Dutch, familiar with the word I am, familiar with it then, enough to know, especially being raised by a mom who was a worship leader, a mom who was very informed with literature in the Bible and Christianity and stuff, and witnessing the things I did throughout my life and seeing what she went through. The truth of the matter is, I'm not really interested in most humans is what it comes down to. Especially a lot of the genetic girls I used to hang around with, they were fun. Okay, some of them. I found them more interesting than talking about sports. Okay, talking about wrestling, even though I used to like wrestling way back. But the reality of it is, I don't find it much interesting. A lot of things changed. I started to read. I started to get very serious. I started to exercise what it was that I was reading. And I didn't understand, but I did understand that God left me know. Let no stone unturned, because this is a serious choice for you. I quit. I seen enough, I heard enough. Not realistic. How many days, oh Lord, will I go around carrying my fucking shit on the fucking back? So anyway, they had this new program. 2019, I started on my ragtop project. And no sooner was I getting started, I get a letter on my door, because they are pretty regular about putting letters on the door, slipping them in, or what have you, and that's fine. But I get a letter, okay, they're having a meeting. Basically, we're supposed to tend to this meeting because they're providing us with information. This is pre the mask thing. So this was a while ago. Go down into a room, and they, just as I'm getting ready to start recording, I had all the details lined up, and I understood I have at least 1 year to go every day of my life. We're moving. That's what he said, we're moving. And I don't want to go into the whole details, but when he said that, it was because they wanted to restore the building. So they were going, I guess, to do it in segments, in divisions, in floors, if you would. They were going to do a portion of the building at a time. So some of the residents would have to relocate to wherever. They were going to cover the expenses to relocate. And once the apartment that they are in, like my apartment, if I wanted to come back, I would have the first option to be able to move back to this apartment. If I would rather stay there, the newer place, then they would take care of that. Then I stay there, I mean. I'm not quoting anything. None of this is a quote. Right now, I'm kind of like tired. It's 11:23 at night, and I'm usually getting ready to cuddle up in bed at this time. And not all the time. It's just that recently I got into this, that I get up at 7 in the morning. I get to bed like around this time, and I watch some of the short videos, you know, and then I go to sleep by just after midnight or 1 o'clock. That's my entertainment. So when I was up here, because I understand the details and how difficult it was in all the things that I endured to be able to record, and because I had 2 albums prior, I understood this is not going to happen in 5 minutes. This is not going to happen this weekend. I know what I'm able to do, and I do it. And now I got this moving again, which I was mentally abused prior to living here with Move by a psychopath who kept inviting me back into his home, then telling me to move. And because I had nowhere else to go, and I understood that cops were assholes, I fucking understood that if he's the only one who's willing to open up a door for me, I better stay there if I feel I can be safe enough while I'm there, until he goes psychopath and then kicks me out again. Couldn't I met someone nice? You know? A long life journey. You think so? You know what God showed me? Me. You met the nicest person that you could ever meet. It's called Tracy Lynn Michael. One of the sweetest. In this human race, not hard to do. It's called Stay Focused on the Word of God. So I had that on my head for a long time. To the point that I finally talked to the manager of this property. And I asked him about that. I said, remember the meeting that we had? Now today I'll tell you, I don't have it written down, but I do have the paperwork somewhere. It was either the end of 2018, because it was right when I was getting ready to record in 2019, January 23rd is when I started. So it was right around that time. One of the hardest things in the world to do is to have a peaceful fucking place to live where it's quiet and I can fucking make as much noise as I need to because I'm a recording artist. I make noise. I can't live in a noisy environment. I didn't come here to fucking record that shit. Even when I lived fucking over in Huber Heights, I have it on my recordings. The sound of vehicles, trucks, cars, all that fucking shit. Not well. I was heading towards the fucking mountains in the country back where I come from. For a reason. I'm not stupid. It's called get away from as much bullshit as you absolutely can. Because when I record, I want it fucking quiet. I don't want to record nothing but what I'm recording. I'm not like other people. I don't think that's neat. I heard people in the hallway. Okay, I heard horns beeping outside my freaking window. Did you ever get sick of hearing that? That's Joyce Meyer's type shit. That's a lot of speakers. They'll tell you, stay focused on the love of God and Jesus Christ. Then they'll use all these people as an example. Look how the wonderful ways they're helping people around the globe. I need help. Well, that's your problem. A lot of people have it worse. And you know what God left me now? Tracy Lynn, if you ever fall into the times where you have it worse than you did then, meaning now, you have it worse, tell them then we're all going to have it worse. It's going to be a lot worse for a lot of people if they don't come to their senses. That's what they tell me all the time. They love it. Whoever they are, whatever they are. So the home. That bugs me for a very long time, and I would have to say that I was very upset. I was hoping for a good outcome, but to have to move when you're getting ready to sit down to record an album, the album's going to take you about 10 months to 11 months to do while you're living your life and doing other things. Okay? The truth of the matter is going to take some time. In fact, I'm only still now in the midst of doing all this other stuff where I'm wrapping it up. Like now, I'm very close to being done with everything, all the final details. Now here's the thing. Then when I asked him about it, he was in this apartment. He literally acted like he had no idea what I was talking about. And I said about the appointment. I went down, you were standing, and you told everybody they were going to remodel the place. And I told him what the meeting was about, which kind of sucked because I did have the letter for the meeting, but the letter I can't find right now, which kind of sucked because I pretty much keep every letter I get from them, always. That sucked to have that in my brain all of that time. And then I pretty much, yet again, didn't understand why am I being lied to. Now, he might not see it as a lie because in his opinion it never happened. In mine, it did, to the point that I don't ever want to be asked to go to a meeting again. Because if I'm just going to be wasting my time hearing a story that doesn't become reality of some sort, I'd rather stay away from that. I see that as mentally abusive. What he did say is, no, that was for another place, because he managed like 5 different buildings. So the RAD project. I was going to look into it, but my musical endeavors, projects and stuff I'm working on have consumed me. And I've often said in my life, during this time, I must hold fast and stay steady at what it is I need to do now. Because I don't want to be like the other fucked up in the head recording artists who do it till they fall in their fucking grave. I wrote these songs in hopes of life, connecting with other fucking dickheads in the world to do musical endeavors, and I was hoping it would deliver me out of being fucking poor. Because if I can do what I did by myself, if I had a staff of fucking people, I should be able to be alright financially. Because I'm not gonna fucking do it for free, you sickos. And guess what? It didn't work out like that. It's called you do it yourself. You do it yourself. Well, Joyce Myers will tell you nobody else is gonna do it for you. I wasn't looking for one person to do it for me. I was looking to share life with people my whole life, and I don't like people like Joyce Myers acting like a smartass through the TV screen. Do you know that? She's a cocky son of a bitch who should be smacked in the fucking face for down-talking anybody. I don't down-talk people. I state facts, the truth. By the way, I would say I'm the voice for everybody fucking sitting on fucking concrete. While the fucking goddamn Hollywood actors of the fucking world, we gotta move to an entirely different state because, well, there's a slop over here in our fucking goddamn jurisdiction, okay? If America was more supportive of its own house, people from fucking other neighborhoods wouldn't be welcomed. Not that way. Why don't Tennessee expand it to Australia and Canada for us? Don't come here to fucking try to make money. You can bring it to us if you'd like. But we prefer you just stay where you come from. Okay. My whole life, the same fucking people on TV. The exact. And meanwhile, I'm still bored off my fucking ass, and I know all the things that I went through and all the things I endured. Okay? My strive to be out of the bedroom for fucking once. So I found out that there are different developments that were being built, and I didn't really have the opportunity to look deeper into it because I was recording. Joyce Myers would say, well, that seems like an excuse. No excuse. Joyce Myers, I don't want to fucking be your age when I'm only recording Ragtop Cadillac because your teachings fucking suck. And if I keep living the way you keep telling me, I'd be dead already. In other words, watching TV and listening to people speak when you don't know what else to do is bad, 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 bad for your psychological existence. Because out of desperation, you're going to be willing to try. Why is it so fucking complicated to have a heartbeat, to live, and to be happy? They say, what's your way of thinking? My way of thinking is Jesus Christ said, everything was created by God, everything belongs to God. Everything was given to his one and only Son. And anyone who believes in his one and only Son, Jesus Christ, as their Lord and Savior, equally, everything is given. You can't serve 2 masters. In other words, God left me know that give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar applies the same way today with give to the church what belongs to them, with give to the government what belongs to them, especially during the tax time. Nobody owns anything. And if they want to go around setting up people and calling them fucking prostitutes because they're trying to get money to stay alive, then it looks to me like they should be slapping cuffs on their own wrists and locking themselves in their fucking own fucking stupid jails. By the way, which everybody who's in jail today has grounds for a major lawsuit because it's mentally abusive to live in those fucking sick, psychopathic, cold-ass fucking facilities. Pretty much what I'm living in right now. There's my cell block. You got it? Very similar, isn't it? Only not your idea. I have to do my laundry at a laundromat, and I've noticed an increase in my time of going there, of understanding. If I had my way mentally, I would not be washing my clothing in any laundromat, just based off of the information I have. He ended up at a place, they have a laundry room. They claim that bed bugs are brought into the facility. When I went to the laundry room down in our facility, there was a bed bug in the dryer. Shared quarters is not good. Your ways, Americans, are so goddamn pathetic that it saturates into the lives of other fucking people. And then Joyce Meyer says nobody did it to you is full of fucking shit. That's one reason I cannot stand living in a jurisdiction that the dominancy of what is being said has say more than what my beliefs after all the years of studying what is just in the eyes of God. Instead of raising money to fucking help like children who are hungry in fucking Africa, which is often brought up, why doesn't somebody fucking go over there and fucking goddamn put their fucking leaders in a fucking goddamn headlock and let them know if you don't take better care of your fucking children, we're going to have to expose of you. That's the same thing that should happen to the United States government. If you don't take better care of people, then you're not necessary anymore. Imagine that. For 6 years, I wake up, I have my morning coffee, and I come in here. I get ready mentally to go about my work because I never expected to just sit in a chair. I thought there was a whole world here. I'm going to be stuck in a fucking bedroom. My whole life is my history. That is where it goes. You understand? When you realize that one of my dilemmas was I was sick of feeling like I was incarcerated into a bedroom. It doesn't matter if I'm playing guitar. It doesn't matter if I'm sucking dick. It does not matter if I'm laying there bedridden crying because I'd like to do something in this lifetime. Joyce Meyer's fucking teachings couldn't even get me the fuck out of bed. What do you think of that? Especially with Joel Osteen letting us know to be positive. Be more optimistic. God's a great God, has a great plan for us. We're going to go from one apartment to the fucking next. Or one bedroom to the next bedroom. That's what we're going to do. That's God's great fucking plan? I don't know about that. I think it's incarceration. I couldn't believe that he really did not know, and therefore, in my opinion, he lied to me. But I had to remind myself, my mom left me know to pay attention to my eyes. When she would talk to me, she would tell me to look at me. When your eyes move, I know that's not my child. But my child wouldn't lie to me because I raised you better than that. And she would tell me when I would lie, I couldn't look at her in the eyes. And I couldn't look at her in the eyes when I lied because I loved her that much. And I had respect for her. So when she would sit me down and she would say, I want you to tell me the truth. And she made promises to me, I'm not going to scold you. I want to know the truth. And if my eyes would move, she would know that I was lying. Check this out, I'm almost done. And then I want to show a couple more things yet, if I can, and then that's it. So this here is for Rad, and because I'm not brushing up on it right now, I'm kind of like doing this in hopes of having closure on my corner, because this stuff was sitting in my corner for a while. The trademark thing kind of bothered me, and goddamn this shit right here. Okay, really, don't send it to my home anymore, okay? I had a dog, I took very good care of it. Pat me on the back and say, good job. Don't waste my money fucking on this shit. And that is my money. The government gives me a tiny little salary. I don't want to waste it on fucking printing shit like this out. You got homeless people, you fucking smart asses. Take care of that. It's all over the place. Take care of your oil spots and driveways all over the fucking city. Straighten out your sidewalks. Okay? The animals will appreciate that too, and so will the humans. That would be great in our lifetime. I could actually drive peacefully down a road. Where even they fix the roads, they have freaking manhole covers. It appears like feet are so many car lengths. And when you least expect it, bam, there you go. Another one. All these patents globally, and they gotta put a manhole cover right on the fucking roadway where your tire drives over. Well, other states do too. Other states are not the best example. Most states are ran by a bunch of jackasses as well. Do you understand? We should not look to another state for intelligence. And I thought I would be able to travel more. And then I realized there's all these rules, laws. Do you know, here's the thing. Check this out. I just want to say this. I saw this on Facebook and shit, on YouTube. Did you see my socks? Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Son of a bitch at the local fucking airport. It's one thing for me to be walking around in my dirty home with my socks on, but what I saw at the airports with fucking people taking their shoes off because they have to take them off, we gotta check them out. We gotta check them out. I don't think I like the idea of taking my shoes off. And my clean socks that I would have if I was traveling, you better believe it. Let me tell you, I would go down here to Walmart and I would get myself a pair of brand new socks. I sure would. Or I'd stop down here at the dollar store because that's what I can afford when I'm on government assistance in the United States of America. I'm a Christian. We just keep on thanking the good Lord and maybe more blessings are coming our way. Would you mind taking off the shoes so we can see inside? Let me ask you something. When people come into my home that I rent, do I get to say the same thing to them, like the management or the maintenance to this apartment? I need you to take your shoes off when you come in my apartment? Because I knew a few people, that's how it was in their house. You gotta take your shoes off. You come over, bring slippers or something like that if you want to, or if they had extra slippers sometimes. Some people are like that. It's okay. I don't have no problem with that. I was not like that. My mom wanted me to be like that. So, anyway, up until I was being tortured, I looked at it like this. It's definitely not the way I wanted things to happen. But I'll do the best I can if I can live through it. What happened to me is the most bizarre fucking bullshit. I have been going to a psychiatrist, and I would have to say that as I come into the reality of it all, I am extremely disappointed that I was not informed of direct mental communication and the taunting and the harassment and the abuse and the torture. Nobody ever told me this exists. I know it's more than just Tracy Lynn Michael who goes through it. I think a lot of people have been withholding information from me as I go through life. I go to the psychiatrist because my psychologist, before 2019, or right around that time frame, is no longer a psychologist. She went on to take care of her mother. So I didn't see her anymore. And because the United States government has a requirement that I seen online when I first moved here, the reality of it is I have to go to a psychiatrist to be prescribed medication for symptoms that are being injected into me by the fucking government that has technology to do that. That's the only people. Who else would? They wanted me to believe it's the next door neighbor who's fucking doing it. In my opinion, that shows you plainly how much of a fucking waste case people in fucking political positions and in that building, in every building in the United States government is. No requirements. Do you know what's required? I got a heartbeat. We don't force people to fucking have to fucking pay for fucking shit. If payment is a necessity for anything, child being born, then why doesn't the fucking government fucking pay for it? And where's the Christian hospital at? Oh, I know. I went to one. It was a mental institution called Phil Haven, who wouldn't take me back the second time because they don't believe transgenderism is approved by God. Psychology. In heaven, there's no male or female. Surrender to the truth. Why aren't you clothing yourself? My exact words were, I'm human. You call yourself Christian. Looks like you have a long way to go. In other words, I stand in front of you and you don't know who the hell you're talking to. It causes confusion a little bit, doesn't it? I could be your higher rank. I could be your sergeant. Do you understand? But you're looking at the physical.